If you want to travel to the Avatar Mountains in Zhangjiajie, China, here's your complete guide for everything you need to know about the national park and the surrounding area. Last video I covered the route you take when you see the actual floating mountains, but remember your ticket to the national park is good for 4 days, so here are 2 other great hikes to do while you're in the national park. The best area to stay in again is Wulingyuan, which is about 30 minutes from the airport. This is considered the East Gate, and it's again where you're going to go in for this first adventure. You're going to get on a bus here to the 10-mile gallery, where you can either go for a little walk or buy a ticket to get on these super cute little train cars that take you for a little bit of a ride up the mountain. Don't worry, there will be plenty of walking ahead. This area here is the only area in the park where you can feed the monkeys. Do not feed the monkeys anywhere else. They will learn and try to take your food from you. But these monkeys here are super sweet. All they want is a little dried fruit, and this is definitely something not to miss. Then it's time to start your hike up through the 10-mile gallery. This hike is all stairs. We went for about an hour and a half and never met the end. I don't know if there is an end. Like, they might just go on forever and ever, because every time you thought you'd reach the top, all of a sudden you'd look and more stairs would show up. Like they just magically continued to manifest. But the views through here are absolutely incredible. So make this a full day thing or a half day thing, however long you want to go for, because this is a beautiful section of the national park and a really amazing yet also pretty tiring hike. You will find multiple sections where porters are carrying people up and down, so there's always that option if you don't want to keep going. Where the little train cars drop you off, there are plenty of food and drink options and lots of little shops, so you definitely have the opportunity to buy something while you're there. We did this on our first day when we had just gotten off of the 18-hour sleeper train there, and it was the ideal little like half to 3/4 day adventure that got us used to how the park was going to work and gave us some really beautiful views. The next hike is the only one we did that goes in from a different gate, but you do end up around this same area. So we started the day by getting in a car to Oxygen Square for a little walk that is called the Golden Whip Brook. This is the south entrance to the park, and because it's the closest to Zhangjiajie, it's one that a lot of tour groups use. So the landing area can be a little bit crowded, but it thins out pretty quickly. This is a super low-key, very easy little walk just along a river that runs through the valley of the mountains. But you spend so much time looking down at these mountains from up top that it's really cool to get into the middle of them and get some beautiful views from the bottom. The end of this walk actually is pretty close to the Bailong elevator, so if you wanted to come early and start here, you could then go up Bailong and do the hike along the Avatar Mountains, and then come down the cable car that takes you out to the East Gate and puts you back in Wulingyuan. We did this on our last day here. It was super low-key and a really great way to get a different view of the mountains. That's all for the national park, but next time I'll talk about the other things in the area, like the Grand Canyon, the largest glass bridge in the world, and Tianmen.